Good evening, my friends, fans, and all you fantastic toy lovers. What can I say? We're back. The 80s, and what a glorious time it was. I remember from Sunday morning cartoons to the shopping aisles in the toy section for Toys R Us or Big W or Kmart, whatever it is, sunset BMX rides, you know, skateboards to arcades, and always the anticipated birthday and Christmas presents. Look, in this vibrant landscape of the 1980s, a captivating synergy between cartoons and toys ignited what I think is a cultural phenomenon that forever imprinted itself upon the hearts and imagination of children. Now, this era witnessed an unprecedented fusion of animated storytelling and meticulously crafted toys where beloved characters leapt from the TV screens to become cherished playmates in the hands of eager young children enthusiasts. These toys, designed to mirror the animated heroes and villains they emulated, kind of, I think, held a very important intrinsic power to transcend the confines of the small television screen, which kind of enabled children to weave their narratives and embark on imagination and magical adventures. This symbiotic relationship between cartoons and toys not only fueled the rapid expansion of pop culture, but also left an indelible mark on an entire generation, shaping creativity, camaraderie, and also enduring the spirit of nostalgia that lingers to this day. So, join us tonight on episode 14 of Roundtable Discussions, where we will look at G.I. Joes, Ninja Turtles, and Transformers, and very much more. So, don't forget, kick back, grab a beverage, stay tuned, and we will be right back after these messages. Hello and welcome. Always a delight to bring you a show with some great company, good friends, and new toys. But before we start, once again, a massive thank you to Alex Argento, Virgil Donati, and Icefish for all our music beds. Kudos also to Rode Microphones for making us sound good. And more importantly, Cool Toys Club and Joy Toy World for supporting this channel. Tonight, we will also be giving away a Legends Scale Magic Square Transformer. So stay tuned and find out how you can win. So quick message again from our sponsors before we start the show.
This episode of Toy Reel is proudly brought to you by Cool Toys Club and Joy Toy World.
Gentlemen, welcome. How are you guys going?
Good, man. Good.
Nice. We got quite a few comments already, actually. So let's have a look.
Goodness,
Chris B. Hey, Chris, you're always too kind. She goes, hey, Spunkies. Hope you're all having a great night.
Oh, your flattery.
Oh, Chris, you're too kind. You're too kind. Good evening, Mr. Rob Franklin. As always, thank you for joining us. I love Friday nights.
Friday nights are good.
Friday nights.
They made a song about Friday. It's horrible.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's horrible.
No,
No, it
not the
depends.
day, but the
Are
song.
you talking about the Rebecca Black?
Friday, yeah.
What about Friday night's a good night for fighting?
That's a good one.
That is a
So
good one.
I take kind of back what I said. Anyway.
That is a good one. We got a nice, I would say a nice variety tonight of different things. But before we continue with the show, we got a couple of good people in the studio. We got Katie off camera. We've got Nick off camera. Nick, thanks for joining us. We got Wazzy and Dave in the studio helping us out with all the stuff as well as usual. You know, I always say these guys polish my turds. So what can I say? Anyway, Aaron Seriago. Hi, Chris. Hey, everyone. How are you going, Aaron? Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah.
Oh, I love the good old.
Okay, I love the old.
Yes. Oh.
Hey, by the way,
Getting excited.
just to sort of annoy Dave, is the Rabbitohs game tomorrow or tonight?
Tomorrow. But we're not going to go there apparently because I like being alive.
Oh,
So,
you like being alive.
yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, how's everyone been? since last time we did Midweek Musings.
Yeah, it's been a while.
That was last week, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
The time moves pretty fast.
It does. It does.
Unlike that Madonna song, "Time Goes By So Slowly." Is that Madonna?
Yeah.
Well, that's the one with the ABBA sample, wasn't it?
Oh, is it ABBA? It's ABBA.
No,
yeah.
it wasn't ABBA, but the Madonna song.
Did Madonna
she
do it?
sampled it.
Oh, there you go. Time goes by so slowly. Yeah, no, I've been good. Yeah, can't complain.
We got a comment from Taylor Napler.
Yes. Is it about?
Tell him
is
there
it
are
about
no Space
is it
Marine
about
repaints.
Space Marine repaints?
Or is it about Stifler from?
No.
Apple?
Oh yeah, is it about the amazing trilogy or however many movies of American Pie there are?
I mean, I don't want to lie, but he did contact me today, like out of the blue, with a Stifler video where Stifler took advantage of Finch's mum.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Dave goes. Taylor goes. Dave the Rave. There you go. Thanks for joining us, Taylor. There you go. Actually, not Taylor. It's Talon.
Oh, Talon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talon. Talon. Talon.
Yeah, Talon.
Oh, we got a hey, love your shirt, Mikey Siciliano from Chris.
Hey, thanks. This is you can probably still get them from it's
Comic Kingdom, wasn't it?
King's
King
Comics.
Comics.
So if you go
Comics.
onto King's Comics, they've got this shirt was the Soundwave shirt that they did for the event, the More Than Meets the Eye art event. So you had Soundwave, Megatron, Optimus, Mirage, and others of just really cool designs. Have a look on King's Comics; it might still be there. And yeah, this is one of my favorite shirts. I love it.
Nice,
So, yeah.
nice. Okay, before we start with Simon, actually tonight, I just want to remind everyone that we are giving away. Quickly, we put it on the turntable there. We are
Revolve in it. There's nothing to see on the back.
We are giving away a Magic Square Bumblebee figure, Legend scale. Stay tuned to find out how you can win this, because there's just a couple of steps you have to do in order to win that. Okay, so stay tuned. But
The first one is to beat me.
to beat you,
Yeah.
In scissors, paper, rock, or actual. Can I just say on that figure, if you're not already into, if you're not already into Magic Square or Legend class collecting, this is a good gateway drug into it. As a Bumblebee figure, it's phenomenal. It is like, it's got rubber tires firstly, and they come unattached. They don't come on the figure, so there's no chance of it breaking in the box. And they come with spare tires as well. Really posable, fun, like a really fun transformation. Looks good in all modes. If you win this and you're not automatically hooked on Magic Square, there's something wrong with you.
Something wrong with you? Okay, cool. We got a couple of comments quickly as well. Aaron was saying, "Oh, just noticed the T-shirt, so that's sick AF."
I like Clinton's one. The old X-Men cross Turtles.
Chris goes, awesome quality and the art's amazing. I love Shan's, which is mine by default, definitely. So, okay, quickly again, you want to win this Legend scale Bumblebee figure, Magic Square. Stay tuned. We'll tell you how you're going to win that. But let's start the show tonight with Simon. Simon, we have the usual suspects. This is something that we've been waiting.
I'll be honest, it's been a bit quiet for me for the last couple of weeks. I haven't had a lot in. Biggest thing was obviously a whole load of G.I.Joe classifieds that we've been sitting on for a while that finally turned up. I wouldn't go through. I found some of the Joe figures in that lot to be a little not that exciting. Let's face it. There are a lot of green figures that don't exactly stand out on the shelf. But Cobra, the crazy guys.
Amazing.
So I just thought unfortunately, I've already unboxed these, so I don't have the boxes to show off.
Okay,
which is nice.
That's okay.
But
rather than dealing with the clusterfuck of trying to unbox things, let's have a look here.
All right. So this was out of the load we got. This was probably one of my favorites. He was one of my favorites as a kid. This guy, this is Copperhead. He was the hydrofoil pilot, or he drove a little vehicle called the Water Moccasin. A little fan boat. One of my favorite vehicles, like bath time, man. It was always in there.
Always in there.
Always in there. But I thought this guy, stands out nicely. He's got a good color scheme. He's got some pretty decent accessories. One thing I'm not a big fan of, and I don't know if you agree with me on this, when they put the straps that go over the tops of holsters, you can see he's got one on the back. It never stays in.
Never stays there.
I'll give it a little revolve. So
let's do the revolve. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Yeah, Dave's got the close up on that. You're gonna go clockwise, anti-clockwise. Yeah. Oh.
That's new.
What are you doing, Simon?
Just having a little bit of fun. Oh, it's good now.
It's good. We're good. We got there eventually.
We're good. Fantastic. You know, I got to say, it's come a long way.
Oh, this guy's really nice. Like, I mean, we know what the construction is like on these figures. They're sturdy. You could give them to a kid, no problems.
I mean, when I'm talking about the entire G.I. Joe line,
it's firing on all guns now, man. It's out of control.
There was a time where we were not sure if they were going to get past the first wave.
Well, the first wave was pretty bad. Let's face it. We didn't like them. They, in fact, that they went back to the well and done the variants, and we know there's going to be a new Duke and a new Scarlet down the line anyway.
Yeah.
Because as we saw, like in the Dragonfly, HasLab Dragonfly, one of the figures there, one of the tears. The tears was to unlock Glenda, which is clearly going to be used for a Scarlet body down the line. I'm hoping that I find it odd that we just get a guy who never came on a card, without an associated vehicle. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see a water moccasin down the line. I imagine it would be about yay long, which isn't, thin. But I like this guy. I'll just show you some of the stuff he's got.
Yeah.
Can I ask? His name's Copperhead, yeah?
Copperhead.
Does he have any relation to snakes?
He works for Cobra.
Other than that?
No.
Okay, so they just I thought every Joe's name, if they were named after a specific animal, they had something to do with the animal or something.
Copperhead was a fanboat pilot, a professional one. Unfortunately, he was also a really crappy gambler, so he had to join Cobra to pay his gambling debts.
Okay.
He comes with, I guess it's like a Magnum with a scope.
That almost looks like Megatron a bit.
We can get a look at that.
Let's take a look on the turntable. I think we just put some of the items.
He also comes with some kind of pea shooter that doesn't look very impressive. But what I do like is his giant machete.
Machete.
That is a big machete. Machete.
We got some comments real quick. Aaron reckons we broke the turntable. No, it's all good, mate. This is why we can't have nice things, but no, we can. Chris goes, there's so many Joes, lol. I'm starting to learn more of the characters, but sheesh. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. So a bit about Copperhead, Simon.
Well, that's really it. He didn't being a vehicle pilot. He didn't get a huge amount of time in the cartoon, in the comic at least. He was, usually ferrying someone on his water moccasin around the swamps or something along those lines.
Yeah.
The cartoon, again, not exactly a major player, but I don't understand. He probably isn't anyone's favorite, but I always liked him. I really dug the toy as a kid, and I thought he was just a cool guy. I don't know. Yeah. He's got a good, he's kind of bulky. The only thing I don't like, as I said, are these silly straps that are supposed to, they got a tiny little peg on them. They're supposed to go into a hole and hold the gun in, but they never work.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
it looks cool. It's cool.
He's
design.
a really cool looking guy. I like the green. I think he stands out. Like on if you got all your Cobras on a shelf.
It's actually a good shot with your camo pants in the background. It's a good background right there.
You can see he's blending in.
I can't see him actually. Where'd he go?
Yeah. But Franklin goes down. That's a knife.
It is a knife. Like I said, it's not a spectacular figure. It's not going to be on anyone's favorite toy of the year list. But for me, I just really liked him as a kid, and I'm happy that I've got a big Copperhead.
We got a comment.
So are the ladies.
Ladies. Okay. Quick comment. Captain Australia Studios, Jamie. Hey guys, glad you got some Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures around here tonight. We certainly do. So we got acquisition is always a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a wonderful.
So
thing.
You've already unboxed this guy, haven't you yourself?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
No, I haven't. So yeah.
Have a fiddle with him while I pull out my other thing.
Okay.
Now, out of the lot we got, this was my favorite for sure. This is a gentleman by the name of Scrap Iron. He was a deluxe figure. Came with a few accessories, which I will show off in a second.
Okay.
So let me just pop him on the table.
In the meantime, let's have a look here. Yep. Yeah, we do. We do have lots of toys coming to unbox.
Yeah.
Have a look at.
Now, Scrap Iron was a sort of high explosives expert anti-tank guy.
Mhm.
I think he looks really good too. But what I like best about him
Wow.
is his rocket launcher.
Wow.
Now, they spent no expense on the blast effects here that come with it.
Yeah.
I'll just pop these out. So we got like, I guess, just 2 direct explosions. You've got this, I don't know, guess another explosion.
Hang on, we're going to switch to the camera in a minute while he's lining everything up.
And I'm not sure exactly what that is. It looks like he's just blowing wind.
Like a fire bending type thing. I don't know.
Well, yeah, he's got quite an assortment of different accessories. He's got all these blast effects. He's got some explosions, certainly.
You got the 2 missiles, obviously, in there. They detach. You can pop these sort of rocket trails on there. So it looks like it's firing. Really cool. Really cool. I'm actually so tempted to buy another one just so I got a pair of these for the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got to say the G.I. Joe blast effects are, at least just from what I've seen there, a little bit better than the Transformers
I
ones.
just want to show, like, the helmet is removable. I don't know if you can get a close up on the side of that head.
Dave, you reckon you can get tighter on that? Let's have a look. I'm going to let Dave.
Like, he's got such good scarring effects on the head there.
Yep. Well, we'll get Dave to get in on that. And yeah, let's have a look here. And we're cutting to that camera. Yeah, look at that. Fantastic.
Like, he's just a fantastic sculpt, all around. Like I said, apart from the big accessory, he's got a little gun here, you know, sits quite nicely in the holster. He's got his little remote control. Oh, sorry.
You're definitely right. Aaron Seriago, is that? It's Seriago, right? That's how you pronounce it.
There goes his helmet.
Everyone loves explosions. Actually, well, someone can come and grab that if you want. Wozzy can come and grab that.
I just love this figure so much. Scrap Iron, because I was a comic book, the G.I. Joe comic book guy over the cartoon, and Scrap Iron and Firefly killed the Soft Master and Bongo the Balloon Bear, Candy Apple, Professor Apple's daughter, the man who rose Cobra Island from the bottom of the ocean.
That's a lot of stuff.
Billy, Cobra Commander's son, was also in that vehicle. Lost his leg, lost his eye, had amnesia, came back a bit later.
Nice.
Wow.
Great. Yeah.
All the stuff you just said before that, I thought that was Care Bear stuff. I had no idea what you were talking about.
Hey, man, if you don't know how Cobra Island was raised from the bottom of the ocean by exploiting a fault line and tricking G.I. Joe and blowing that up by putting a base there, which was nothing more than a giant concrete block that had some sort of ultrasound ray that was killing the marine animals in the ocean. And they were going to drop a nuke on it, but Ace, who flew the Sky Striker, says, let's use conventional explosives instead. And they just piled a crap load of them. Fault line goes off. Cobra Island. Cobra Commander had his lawyers ready in every court, in every country. And within 24 hours, Cobra Island was a sovereign nation. Boom.
G.I. Joe, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. There you go. That's all from top of the head, by the way. He's good. He's good.
But
incredible. He's something, all right.
Scrap Iron was just a cool figure as a kid because it was nowhere near this. It looked a lot like this, but smaller, not on tracks, just on a little swivel.
Yeah.
No blast effects, obviously.
Yeah.
And he didn't even have Wi-Fi back then. He had a little controller that attached to a hose to it. Like, look how far technology's come. He's just using like a drone controller now.
Absolutely.
But yeah, love it. Highly recommend this guy.
There's a modernization now with the Joes too. I mean, when you think about what's the guy with the sailor outfit, what's the character?
Shipwreck.
Shipwreck, that's right. I mean, do you think there's a place for Shipwreck now based again on the modernization of Joes? Because it's ubiquitous, right? Like, I mean, some people go, oh, you shouldn't make Shipwreck. It's like, why he's got that.
Shipwreck was a very popular character. Yeah, he was big in the cartoon, like he was always in there, him and Polly, his little parrot. Yeah. Sure, look, I mean, I guess he's just a guy in a blue shirt with bell bottoms, but it's
the best type of guy.
But it's ubiquitous. It has to be.
But as we said, going back when the line first came out, it was a little bit of an update. Like, they kind of, that you do that squint test. If you squint, like, that looks like Duke, the old figure, but you look closer and it's been updated. Yep. And then look what happened. Like, no, we don't want that. We want the old stuff. Nostalgia forever. So they swung back. And basically, like this guy, apart from having the head sculpt and the removable hat, he's pretty much a carbon copy of the original. Same with Copperhead.
Yeah,
they've done nothing except use modern articulation. You know?
Rob goes, very nice blast effects. Bet they will look great in pics. I guarantee it. Maybe, yeah.
Wait until the hiss tanks come in. You know, I've got more blast effects. I got like 7 or 8 of the free packs where they've all, you know, the Viper free packs. So I've got so many blast effects, but I really would like to pick up another one of these.
Quick question for you. If they didn't make Shipwreck in the decor that he is in now, would you still want a figure in that?
They are making him. He is out very shortly, and yes, I will.
Yeah,
because it's Shipwreck. You know?
It's Shipwreck. Yeah, cool. But what if they gave him a modern realization?
Well, they done that later on when they rebooted after the 25th line. There was like a more modern version, like a Navy SEAL type thing. Because, like, you know, you read his file card, and he's not just like some dude swabbing the poop deck. You know, like. He's not dancing the sailor's hornpipe. No, he's like a Navy SEAL guy. Like, he's an operator, man, you know?
Aaron goes, if nostalgia didn't sell, Hasbro would have gone under years ago.
Oh,
well, it's true.
100,000% on that one.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
I'd like to see a snapshot of the average Hasbro customer.
Yeah,
because I don't think it's an 8-year-old anymore.
Isn't it just this couch?
It's us.
You know,
it's old men like trying to cling desperately to their youth.
Yes, old men.
Or it's old men whose lives are so fantastically complicated that we like just go back in time and like when we had no obligations, no bills to pay, mum and dad bought the toys if you were good, you know. And you just sat in the backyard all day making mud pies and like burying Joes and digging trenches, you know. I can't be the only one like who was out in the backyard like blowing shit up. Yeah,
I used to blow my toys up.
That's how I got. That's how most of my collection as a kid. Like you know, you get to that age where you start like tying firecrackers to thing or like the magnifying glass.
So you're like Sid from Toy Story.
But the magnifying glass, that was like a laser satellite that used to like melt Joes from space. You know.
I used to throw my toys off. You know. High-rise buildings.
Why? Were they at least like?
Because of puberty, Mikey. You'll understand one day when you go through it. You become very destructive.
Or you just sorry. You people.
Chris goes, modern version comes with a volleyball. What else did she say? She said, isn't that a standard weekend now? Or is it just me? Standard weekend. Well, yeah. Well,
nowadays I don't play in the backyard anymore. I build dioramas.
Yes. Or take photographs. In fact, speaking of photographs, Rob Franklin just said we are seeing a good cross section of Hasbro's star customers. Yeah, absolutely. Very good cross section. That's a good point. Yeah, absolutely. Aaron goes, my favorite was finding a tree with lots of roots and digging in and around making bases for my Joe.
Yes. Yeah, that was perfect.
Yeah.
Well, one of our friends, his old man was lazy as, and there was just piles of rubble, like old broken bricks, like piled up in his backyard. Yeah. That was amazing because you dig out tunnels and like, everyone would be like trenches. And, it was, and the whole neighborhood, like there'd be 5 or 6 kids and everyone would bring their stuff.
And now these
epic battles.
These days, kids are just glued to their computers.
Yeah, it is.
Kids today.
And I'm saying that, and I'm like 12.
Damn.
So.
I just want to also say quickly that I'm going to bring up the ticker. Tonight, you can get your discount and shipping included at cooltoysclub.com or joytoyworld.com. Use code TOYREAL at the checkout, and you get a discount on your toys, including shipping as well. So thanks once again to our sponsors.
Just as an aside about Cool Toys Club, and you know, I want to just speak about what Joy Toy is doing. We don't have it here because it's a pre-order at the moment, but we've both seen it. We're both big Warhammer Line fans.
Yes.
The Nemesis Dread Knight. My God. I mean, it's about the size of a Titan class, you know, like a Scorponok.
There's a thing called the Nemesis Dread Knight coming out.
Yeah.
That's interesting because there's a Transformer called the Nemesis that is also a Titan coming out right now.
Well, I can assure you, Mikey, that the Nemesis Dread Knight was named, like, when was the Nemesis actually named as the ship? First time in media.
I'm pretty sure it was when it came out.
It wasn't in the G1 card then, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'd say
anyway.
Well,
there are a lot of things called Nemesis.
Let's say a couple
it's
years.
a cool word.
Let's say late 80s. When was this one?
Oh, this would have been mid-90s.
Okay, well maybe around the same time. Who knows? I think it might have been because there was the Ark, and then they had to have named the ship something.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Oh, or Trek Stars or War Stars.
War Stars.
So
I
they
love
call
War Stars.
Star Wars War Stars.
Wow.
Wasn't it War Star Galactica?
Yeah.
War Star Galactica Battlefront 2.
That's the one.
Mm.
One of my favorites.
Oh, I get it. Battlestar.
What a property.
Gotta love it.
Mm.
I cosplay as Commander Fublu from that show.
Just
Dark Helmet.
So let's take a quick 10-second break from our word from our sponsors.
This episode of Toy Reel is proudly brought to you by Cool Toys Club and Joy Toy World.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic figure, fantastic toy.
Good to
Nice.
know.
Cool. All right. What shall we do? Shall we do Transformers? We'll leave the NECA stuff to the last, eh?
Sure.
Let's go with Mikey.
All right.
Mikey.
So for my piece today, we have. Shall I put him on the spinny thing in the box, or should I get him out of the box? What do
I
you want
think
me to do?
let's put him in front and center first.
Yep.
Let's have a look at the box.
All right. So for a bit of background on what this is.
Yeah.
So, as we know, this year, a much anticipated movie came out called Transformers Rise of the Beasts, the second movie in the new universe, which has kind of been confirmed, who knows. But this movie was supposed to center all around the Maximals and Predacons, but didn't end up having a huge... they didn't end up being in it a lot, but they did enough to be a movie called Rise of the Beasts, I guess. But this is, in my opinion, the best version of my favorite character from the movie that did come out this year. And this is a Takara Transformer, so not being able to be purchased here in Australia or even anywhere other than, I guess, Japan or China. This is the Takara Beast Awakens Optimus Primal. They don't really classify what classes it is. It's like old leader class because it's actually a really big toy. But like bigger than modern leader class, so it's I'd call it almost commander, but it's a big boy. Anyway, the cool thing was I was on Zing. I didn't know if I was going to be able to find this guy. I was on Zing and he was sold out, and I was really bummed. Then I went and talked to a good friend of Toy Reel and Toy Reeler, Jason Murray. And he's just like, oh, check out Amazon. And on Zing, this figure was for $120 plus shipping. On Amazon, you could get this guy brand new for $75 shipped at one point in time, and that's when I got him. So for what this thing is, it is for that price and for what we're about to find out it does. It is in my opinion worth it. I have opened it to spoil the illusion, but yeah, for $75, I'm very impressed by this piece. And you might still be able to get it from Amazon. I think it's now $85. They've chucked $10 on that because they saw how popular it was. And there was a time where you could get a free incentive figure, which is this Burning Cheetor figure. So if you want to have a look at that, I don't know where I'll put this.
Burning Cheetor. Let's put it.
Yeah, so it's a it's just a little Battle Master. Completely exclusive to this figure. You had the option to buy it, this toy without it, saving like $3, or you spend the $3 and you get a $20 little figure. So it was pretty cool. So I just spent the extra $3.
He transforms into a little weapon.
Yeah, so he's a weaponizer. So he's just a little translucent version of that Cheetah Battle Master, whatever they're calling it, mold. Switches into a knife, and yeah, so that's pretty cool. But the main thing we're here to see is Mr. Optimus Primal himself. So I'm gonna, I will.
So while you whip that out, I'm gonna
mute me.
I'm gonna mute you and just go to a couple of things, Simon. Take your time doing that. Okay. We're gonna look at a few things. Ooh, there you go. Probably.
Well, we were going to show you the Optimus Primal today, but unfortunately, Mikey has ruined it by destroying it.
By the way, Rob Franklin goes, it's a phenomenal figure. He loves it.
Oh, no, it's supposed to be the clumsy one.
It was a phenomenal figure.
It is. It was. But
I thought he was the coolest looking character in the film.
yeah.
Quickly, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
That was quite funny. So usually these things are tied down, but I've already unboxed it.
That's
so,
all right.
You
You don't have to actually tell your audience that you already unboxed it. You can actually not say it.
Oh, well, I like spoiling.
Let's suspend the disbelief.
Exactly.
Mate, it's all make believe. It's all smoke and mirrors, buddy.
All right.
Do you know what smoke and mirrors, buddy? It's smoke and mirrors.
Mikey sure knows. I mean, he smokes a lot and snorts a lot off mirrors. So.
Okay. So quickly,
All right.
we'll just have a look at him here. I'll get him on the old turntable.
I recall you. I think very very chuffed when you.
Yeah, so happy. So if we just have a look at him here, just to
let's
give
not even worry about that turntable. To be honest.
No, I think
That's.
It's like he's doing a little dance.
I mean, how can you possibly? There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, stuff it up.
what does ASA mean?
Look, now
All right.
it's doing.
Tell me what ASA means. This button.
As
the other one that
soon
says
as applicable.
SR.
Let's just stop it. Let's see if it goes 360 completely.
I think I've got it now.
Yeah, you got it.
Nice.
$100 says it won't. It'll go back.
I'll take it. I'll take
Yeah.
that. I'll take that. I'll take it. All right.
Is that on top of the fee for getting my car back from the tow?
The Scions.
Yes.
Remember the Scions. You're getting the Scions for free. So there's your $100.
All right.
All right, it's working.
Yeah, okay.
Good.
There we go.
So,
Good looking guy.
Yeah, big toy, big beefy toy. Some really cool features. I'll just let everyone have a look at it first. So very, very accurate to the in my opinion, the most accurate version we have of Optimus Primal. Huge, like this is literally old leader class scale, and I think that's really cool. It's got tons of ports on him and around him that you can put weapons and things on. The blades are really cool. He has quite a few features. So we've had a look around. I will just quickly. So he has the battle mask head, and then if you just lift this up, do you want to?
They're gonna, you hold that in that position, and I'll get Dave to punch in on that. Give me a second.
Yep. Of course.
There we go.
There we go. There's Optimus Primal. So he's got the battle mask head. So the mask up, you can lift the head up, swivel this piece around, like so. Close it down, and there you go. You can see he's got a little mouth there now. He's got a mouth, so that's really cool. On the arms, you press this button here. And he's got his original guns. And the really cool thing is, like, they don't just pop up; they're spring loaded. So, like, these actually spring forward, which is really cool. So he's got the guns there. On the back here, I'll just demonstrate. You kind of lift this out, and then I'm just seeing if I'm doing this right. And then you lift these guns out. So this guy, the reason why this is so good is just jam packed with features.
Is that what those are for?
Yes, what the missiles are for.
I was wondering why he had those furry drums.
Yes, he does have furry drumsticks.
drumsticks.
And unlike most toys these days,
Spring-loaded?
not unfortunately no. But you do have firing missiles, so projectiles.
Just the push fire.
Yeah, just friction, just friction missiles. So
that's still nice.
Oh. Disappointing.
Is it actually?
There you go.
There you go. Not very far, is it?
Yeah, unfortunately, because of child safety laws these days.
I
Yeah,
would have thought being a Japanese release, like, aren't they a little bit,
yeah, not really.
looser?
They tried. That's the only thing.
I got a quick comment. It is pretty much an updated version of the original Beast Wars Optimus Primal, same size and many of the same accessories.
Same. The thing that I really like this thing is I had the Universe Optimus Primal when I was a kid, so a repaint of the original Optimus Primal. And it does pretty much everything that one did and more. So you can also do the whole double sword thing, which is pretty cool.
Does it cross swords?
He can cross swords. He can cross swords, but with himself though.
Hasbro
So-
releasing this like under their banner, like cut down, like features removed or something like that?
No. This one is exclusive to Japan. Also articulated fingers, which is cool. I'm going to quickly transform them because I know how to do it.
Okay.
Can I open this one, Mikey?
Can I?
Sure.
There's a comment real quick from Jamie. I have the mainline Rise of the Beast Primal and it looks similar to the Ultimate version. So-
It is similar, but this is known to be a bit better. Just 'cause
So
it's bigger.
this one is a bit better.
Bigger and better, as they say.
That's both the mainline. See, Simon's got his transformation vibes on. He
Please
loves
don't
it.
transform it. It's clear plastic, and I know you'll break it. Only professionals, Simon, that can deal.
I've transformed like 40-year-old Black Zirax. Get that out of here.
How? Oh, what did they survive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, I love you guys. Okay,
All right, almost done.
almost done.
Yeah,
Quick.
quick one.
Quick, 10 seconds.
Here's a quick one.
9, Okay, while you're doing that, we got a comment. Give me a sec. So Rob Franklin goes, it'll be interesting to see.
No,
Guys, give me a sec. You got a comment. It'll be interesting to see how the Studio Series Optimal Primal compares to this figure.
There we go.
Did you hear that, Mikey?
Yes. I personally like the look of this one more than that, to be honest. So, there you go. Big monkey mode.
Monkey mode. Good old monkey mode. Oh, we're all monkeys anyway, right? We got a couple.
We
of
are.
monkeys.
We all just
a bunch of primates.
Just a bunch of apes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I think he's the best looking Optimus Primal we've got.
The sword's quite nice. That seems like some. I don't know. Just a simple addition of that orange.
Yeah, I would have. Preferably, I would have liked it to maybe be red. Don't really. Oh, I guess the orange. Yeah, in the movie,
it's like a molten hot.
Yeah, in the
egg
movie,
and-
like energy things were like.
Yeah,
red.
I don't know. It looks cool. I think the grey and the orange look quite cool together.
So
Yeah. Okay.
if I'm just doing this quickly, I think that's the sword mode as well.
Shall we put it on the turntable? Just put it. Yeah, there we go.
So that's the sword that comes with it.
That's the sword, is it?
So yeah, I mean, if you look at everything comes with it. So if you can get this guy, even $85 shipped from Amazon, best looking version of Primal in my opinion, looks like is screen accurate and that is his butt. We actually saw the statue, the two statues. We went to the unveiling of the statues at the zoo, and he had a nice butt there too. So yeah, it's quite accurate. So yeah, no, it's a nice toy. This is my one-off. Rise of the Beast figure, but I think it's a really, really good figure. So, if you can get him, if he's still in stock, I highly recommend him. He's just fun. He reminds me of the original. He reminds me a lot of the original Optimus Primal toy from back in the 90s, and that's the really cool thing about him. And the universe version, which I had as a kid. So this toy is teetering on the edge of being my toy of the year. So we'll see. There's a couple I've got lined up for toy of the year spots, but this one's close. So it's.
And we're going to stay tuned to it because we will be doing toys of best toys of 2023, obviously at the end of the year. But it's going to be a very hard one this year, I reckon, Simon. We got plenty of
lots of toys.
Oh, yeah, but including all the Joes that are coming out.
I don't know. Yeah, between Joe's and what Joy is doing.
Yeah,
I mean, there's people. You know what else might be getting this year? I think the Skeletron stuff from that Kickstarter. So
yeah. Okay. All right. Just a quick word from our sponsors, and then we'll come right back and we'll start moving on to NECA Turtles.
Go buy the toy.
Okay.
This episode of Toy Reel is proudly brought to you by Cool Toys Club and Joy Toy World.
Okay, we're back, and we are talking about them turtles. We've got lots. Truck, not monkey. There we go.
Okay,
Truck.
that's a thing in the Transformers
Yes.
world. I am both truck and monkey, so it doesn't bother me.
you look more monkey than truck. To be quite frank.
Challenge
Yeah.
accepted.
No, I agree. Totally agree. I'm an 80s boy, so it is always a truck.
Okay, so actually we got one more comment, Chris. Before we move on, I'm keen to get the toy room reorganized. I picked up all the feature wall lenticular displays from Big W of each of the characters from the new movie.
Lenticular. Oh, I love lenticular
I haven't
stuff.
seen
Not
those.
enough of it.
Yeah,
Bring back lenticular stuff in toys and holograms.
very good. I hope you're well, by the way, too, Chris. Hopefully we'll see you at the next toy fair, Collecticon. Oh, and we do have 4 tables.
Where we got a big
Wow.
presence there, September the
September.
7th or
17th?
17th.
17th September. At,
Cambridge Park basketball courts. I can't remember the name of the street, but just look up Cambridge Park basketball courts. It is the best toy show
In the
New
world.
South Wales.
In
at
the
least.
world.
In the Sydney area,
The
there's
world.
not much real competition. No, I've been better overseas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fancy man.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. for New
La
South
di
Wales.
da.
La-di-da, Mr. Fancy man.
RC is, definitely keen to catch up. She says RC is my fave, of course, and we definitely will catch up. So, definitely, yeah. Okay, let's have a look at these guys over here. As you can see, I've got lots to talk about tonight.
These ones have a cool story too, don't they?
I have a lot. So any of you guys that are big NECA turtle or just Turtles fans in general, we have a lot to discuss. We have, obviously Eastman stuff, which is the old Mirage comic books offerings. But I want to give people a bit of an insight in terms of what we're going to discuss, and or maybe do the comparisons between TMNT, say Mirage versus cartoon animation. So in fact, I was watching several of the cartoon stuff a few nights ago, and I got to say, for its time, it's actually really good. Anyway, so you can see on here, these are the Mirage toys, the latest offerings from NECA, and NECA obviously is the National Entertainment Collectibles Association. Randy Falk is a big guy, big proponent, drives that company very well. But they also have so much toys that they're making, it's incredible. They've been known sort of for producing high quality toys based on the various pop culture properties. They have literally every pop culture property that you can think of. Several ones you can think of.
Dungeons and Dragons, baby.
Yeah, man.
I'm loving that line.
I love that. Including then more importantly the Mirage stuff. So
horror lines, if you want a Freddy or one thing that I did like the RoboCop stuff they done. I'm going to just do a brief aside here. They've done an Alex J. Murphy, all right? But he comes with like the blown off arm and the stuff that if you were lucky and you got the uncut or unrated copy of RoboCop as a kid somehow, and it showed the full graphic of him being like Clarence and the boys blowing him apart.
I got to say though that I don't know, like kudos to NECA. I don't know how they do it, but they have so many licenses, and it must be a mozza as well to get those licenses.
Oh, it can't be cheap, and the likeness is too. The actor's likeness is too.
Yeah,
like you may pick up the license for a movie, but that doesn't guarantee that the actor who played are going to give you the rights to, the head sculpts and stuff like that. Because I know that's been a sticking point with quite a few things over the years.
So what you see on the table right now are, well, they're only available that time that I could purchase that were released here. So there's a whole line of Mirage Turtles now that are being offered by NECA. And these are the ones I could get that I actually got Kevin Eastman to sign when we were at Supernova and we were covering the event over there. So he was kind enough. I think we had to wait in line.
We were there. But they did give out the ticket system so you could come and go. Like, because obviously he took a break, went off and got some lunch and that.
Yeah.
But I can't explain the joy on this guy's face when he finally made it to the table. Like, it was so cool to see just how excited you were.
I was very excited. I just can't. I mean, in fact, we will release some of the highlights too from the show. We do have like a review of all the different stalls and things like that. So yeah, I'm
very keen for that. It was entertaining watch, that is.
We got more comments quickly. Damn, these figures look fantastic. Please don't hype them up too much or I may end up buying some. That Krang figure is brilliant. Now it is Krang, but it's actually the Utrom, which I'll talk which I'll talk a bit about. And Nathan Ashby, thank you so much for joining us. Hello there. How's it going? We're going very well, Nathan. So good of you to join us. Now the Mirage comic inspired stuff, I think was done primarily to capture the essence, I think, of the design aesthetics of the early Mirage Studio comic books, which you see currently now on the table. This kind of offered fans, I think, collectors a chance to kind of own these highly articulate renditions of the Turtles. And I think the Mirage stuff was very different compared to, let's say, the animated cartoon. I'm going to give you a bit of a primer in terms of why I think they're different. So if you look at Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird compared to animated cartoon, there were certain notable differences in several ways. Now, the tone and atmosphere for the Mirage stuff was very different. Mirage comics, the comics always had a darker, more mature, more grittier tone. And the themes often would delve into more serious storylines, right? Okay, whereas the cartoons, they're sort of obviously more lighthearted, more family friendly, always emphasized on a lot of humor and adventure and morality lessons as well. Character design and art style. What's the difference between Mirage comics? Difference between, let's say, cartoon. Turtles and other characters had more detailed, sort of realistic art. You can see here, I mean, even if you look at Casey Jones here, definitely more realism in terms of the sculpt. The cartoons, they have a sort of a more colorful, simplified design. Now, the main differences between Mirage stuff as well as the cartoon is there's always more violence and realism in the Mirage comics. If you think about it, the comics portray sort of a more dark, engaging, sort of epic, intense battles and confrontations, whereas the cartoon is all like, oh, we use gadgets. They sort of relied primarily on gadgets and humor to try and get. And you think about any 8 or 10-year-old child that will be watching cartoons, they'd be like, yeah, we don't want to be too dark.
They done that with a lot of odd properties back then. There was stuff like adult film, like RoboCop and Rambo that got made into kids' cartoons too.
Yeah. Didn't Alien as well? Or was that not?
Well, Alien got made into a toy line.
But not a cartoon.
I don't think they didn't do a cartoon.
Okay.
But yeah, just amazing what they used to, dumb down and make kid friendly.
I'd never understood how you could make RoboCop into a kids
Rambo.
Rambo.
Like I loved the toys too. I was a big
was the
fan
show
of
any
them.
good?
But anyway, average cartoon.
NECA are making Rambo toys. They have made Rambo.
I've had a couple over the years.
Even Rocky.
If I could get my hands on a decently priced meat figure, it's amazing how much that goes for. Just the side of beef that Rocky used to punch.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
That goes for money?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, I'm not ludicrous amounts.
But it's just a slab. It's just a plastic piece of meat.
Yeah, but you think about it. That's a perfect diorama piece.
Okay.
Yes. Alien
Half
got
a
made
cow.
into the ALF series. Okay, cool. So let's look at characterization and depth now. Mirage comics, including Turtles, April, Splinter, had more nuanced personalities in Mirage. For the cartoon, I don't know what happened there, but something just fell off. The cartoon characters often have more one-dimensional traits, very, very specific traits, very simple, simplified, and also plenty of catchphrases. Now, Mirage, in terms of the comics as opposed to cartoons, had certain complexities. The comic features intricate and multi-story arcs delving into character development, I think particularly for comics. So it makes sense for comics comic characters to have more character development. And he also had the series and the length of books as well to do those things. Whereas the cartoon followed more episodic programs in terms of formulaic plots and moral lessons, which are essentially meant for children. Okay. Now, the origins and backstories were all slightly different as far as Mirage as well as the cartoon. The Turtles' origin is portrayed as a very dark, accidental mutation. The Foot Clan is more akin to more of a criminal ninja organization, whereas for the cartoons, the origin is simplified and the Foot Clan is portrayed more as robotic soldiers led by Shredder. Now, villains and threats, I always preferred the Mirage stuff because the villains and threats always were a bit more sinister compared to the cartoons.
Well, that's because
in the cartoon you can't kill humans.
Yeah, so that's why.
Why do you think G.I.Joe had
that's
the
because
bats?
they've got swords and scythes and all these dangerous weapons. Like you're not going to go cut up a human. But
they
you
weren't
can
even
just...
allowed to call them ninjas in the UK.
Yeah,
it was
the
Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
TMHD.
Aaron Sarriego is saying all cartoons of 1980s, the animation was dumbed down to maximize episode output. Yep.
Well, that's what I was going to say too. What drove the cartoon? Was it were you told, okay, here's the toys we're introducing this year. They need to be in these episodes. So the same happened with the G.I.Joe and the Transformers. Sure, it was there to entertain, but they were primarily adverts.
Absolutely.
We'd see the latest episode and you're like, oh my God, I got to get that guy. Oh!
We always wanted to get everything.
Well, that's the thing, right? TMNT, what happened was, so when Transformers was going through the 90s, it kind of died down because TMNT came out and TMNT was the big hit of the 90s. And it influenced Street Sharks.
Everything went
all
extreme.
Of these. Yeah, but
Day-glow colors.
But the thing is, everyone just wanted an animal that is just in bipedal and a human type warrior.
Adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters.
Exactly. I do kung fu, the adult alien kung fu frogs. But yeah, that they influence so many things.
Anthropomorphic animals, like you said, the street sharks,
biker mice.
Biker mice from Mars.
Yeah.
There was always some animal. I mean. Hybrid. A lot of these cartoons were literally just retreads of one another. You could take a script from one and just transpose it.
Got a couple of comments. So Daz, all the way from Brisbane. Love your work. Yep, definitely. Hi, peeps. Thank you so much for joining us. Daz, always. And Rob Franklin goes, the radioactive ooze that mutated turtles was the same stuff that made Matt Murdock blind.
Yes. Yeah, that's been retconned back, isn't it?
Someone told me that recently, so I think that might have been in a group we were talking about, but that's interesting.
Yeah. And also Aaron goes again, quick episode output so kids with limited attention spans would buy the toys. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. So yeah, like I said, villains, threats, cultural parodies and references. I think Mirage, the comics included more direct parodies as opposed to and references to pop culture, often I think engaged in social commentary. I think comics were a big thing for that. They had a lot of social. We look at all the Marvel stuff and all the things that they did. There was always a lot of parodies, direct parodies, and also social commentary. Whereas with the cartoon, there was sort of reference toned down, and the show maintains a more child-friendly approach.
But even then, the comics, these like the original comics, it was an independent thing, so they weren't beholden to some sort of corporate master. Yeah, they could do whatever they wanted and take the lot as long as they wanted. I mean, Marvel, at the same time, they weren't going to do anything too crazy. It was owned by someone up the food chain who was. You couldn't show certain things that you could get away with in an independent comic.
Yeah, definitely. Personally, for me, I find the animated cartoon stuff really hard to watch. I loved it when I was younger, but as far as the Mirage stuff, I love the comic books. For me, there was an appeal, and we often wonder what the appeal and the characteristics for some of the comic stuff is. But I think the darker and grittier atmosphere, the character depth, I think the complex storytelling. The unique art style, I mean, very unique. If you look at these boxes, in fact, Kevin Eastman did the art for all these new releases as well, which I absolutely love. If you can just turn those around just to see, have a look. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, to capture these in three-dimensional form, I think, I swear, I think maybe at some point Kevin would have been consulted on the sculpts for these things as well.
The cell shading effect looks so good, especially I don't know, on the Utrom. It looks crazy.
Utrom, yeah. So we will talk about Utrom in a minute. Sorry, Mikey, you got to let me know when you do that so I can mute you. Thank you very much. And then we have the urban setting and then the minimalist origins as well. Now, let's talk about Utrom, okay? So in the Mirage comic book series created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, the Utrom are essentially extraterrestrial species, fictional extraterrestrial species that play a rather significant role in TMNT universe, and they're sort of introduced as secretive and technologically advanced race of alien beings. Now, they were first introduced in the early issues of the Mirage comic series and became important players in the Turtle universe. Now, one of the most notable Utrom characters, as you mentioned something before, someone mentioned, is Krang, who is initially portrayed as Utrom, who was then exiled to Earth and then later becomes a major antagonist in other adaptations of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise, particularly in the cartoon TV animated series. In this version here, for the Mirage comic version, he's basically depicted as a peaceful and benevolent species. There you go.
Really?
Yeah. Seeking to explore the universe and learn from other civilizations, and they use it sort of technology and biomechanical exosuits to interact with other species and navigate different environments as well. So it plays essentially a very pivotal backstory in the Turtles. And as far as the mutation is concerned, it's indirectly responsible for that because of the ooze. And then what they call mutagenic substance is then accidentally dropped onto the streets of New York City, hence leading to the mutation for the Turtles as well as Splinter. So there you go, Utrom, very nice figure, beautiful sculpt. I'm not going to open these figures because they have been signed by Kevin Eastman. We may swing Casey Jones around again. I'm going to give you a bit of a primer on Casey. As you can see, we are going to actually unbox the Shredder clones tonight, so that's going to be good fun. I'm going to get Simon actually. Let's just put that. Let's have a look at that first. We're going to show what we're going to unbox as far as Shredder clones are concerned.
Put that in the middle.
Put in the middle. And then as I talk about Casey, Simon can start pulling the guy apart. So let's see if we got any comments here. Or rather, pester their folks to buy the toys, which feeds back into the whole family-friendly vibe, because according to marketing, parents won't buy stuff for their kids that are too violent. So yeah,
They should have had my parents.
Yeah.
My dad would have given me a chainsaw at the age of 5 if I'd asked nicely enough.
yeah. I wanted everything. I wanted to play Cowboys and Indians and buy all
The,
these.
the only thing my dad wouldn't do is buy more than one of the same figure. He didn't understand army building. So, like, my Imperial Army consists of one stormtrooper, one TIE fighter pilot, one speeder bike guy, one scout trooper. Like, literally, that was it. One of each. And Darth Vader had to command that army against the rebels.
Actually,
it just wasn't working.
Actually, Mikey, you don't have to worry about army building, do you? Because unless you're collecting, unless we're doing Alicons and
no, I don't usually army build. The only time I ever really did, the only time I did was with the Pit of Judgment. I bought all of those Sharkticons.
This is one of the issues when you collect lines that are kind of war and army based, because there's always basic troopers. I mean, look at Joe Classified. Just the Cobras alone. Like, how many Crimson Guard have you got?
I had to limit myself to 6 now.
No. Well, how many Vipers have you got? How many Cobra Troopers? How many Bats? How many Bat Repaints?
So the Cobra Troopers went a bit silly. I think you did too. Alley Vipers,
I had like 10 of those guys.
Well, I'm up to like fucking 20 now.
Well, I got 20 of the Vipers,
Yes.
and then I've got the grey repaint ones too. Like, that's my urban.
Yeah.
You justify all this. You make the headcanon is
Hasbro's
amazing.
cottoned onto this for the Transformers at least. They're releasing a 4-pack of just army builders, and they're expecting you to buy. So this 4-pack probably costs like maybe 150 to 200 Australian, and they want you to buy more than one of it because it comes with 4 individuals who have 4 different army builders, 4 different things that can be.
I'm all for it. If they are going to do a 4-pack like that, if it's slightly cheaper than buying 4 individual figures, then I'm all for
maybe.
it. When they do like Star Wars Black, and I'm going to go on a rant here because I wanted to buy the Rebel Commando. I was going to army build a couple of them, and I went into Zing, found him. There's a whole row Star Wars Mandalorian Black Series that aren't selling. Will reduce $19.95, $45 for a standard, sitting like a big Chewbacca, $45, and there is the Rebel Commando, $65. I almost want to swear here, but I won't because I understand there may be a small child present, Mikey. But $65, man, that is a punch in the gut. Like, I went down there, I was going to buy 4.
Yeah,
I thought to myself, because they'd just done. I mean, last year you had the Endor, the Return of the Jedi card.
Well,
you had, Endor, Han Solo in a different code. Like,
Clinton and I did the disappointing army build. Well, I bought 3. That's army building, I guess, of the what's it called, the Dark Trooper, and we didn't like
it.
It
was the same deal. He
was like $65.
$65, and it didn't come with anything extra.
It didn't come with any. It came with like maybe 2 feet blast effects, and that's it.
The Rebel Commando has a backpack, a gun, and a swappable face.
Well, okay, so we're not going to bash. We're not going to bash Has.
No.
But I think what Simon's trying to say is that if we look at the Hoth, the Hoth troopers,
the Hoth guy,
the Hoth troopers, as opposed to the Rebel troopers on Endor, like they're essentially the same concept.
But
yeah,
the Rebel, the Hoth guy, you could individualize those a little more. You had 2 different faces. You had the headscarf goggles, and they were $40. They were basic price.
Yes.
Yeah, I
know. It's one of those things, right? It's a bit of a conundrum, but anyway.
But back to the Turtles. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. I'm a little angry about that. Just a little salty.
It's all good. It's all good. But before we go back on the Turtles, for those people that are watching, you have a chance to win. Let's show what we're going to give away.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
We are giving away a MSB-21 intelligence officer, aka Bumblebee. I'm going to get Dave to go tight on that, please. We're not going to worry about the slider. Let's let that go.
I know you guys have only bought this here because you're trying to get me into this line too.
I'm trying to get you into the line.
Yeah, I know, and I want it. I want it so bad.
So how do we win this? Okay, I'm going to put a comment. Right, I'm going to put a comment onto. Please, so to enter, right, all you need to do is go to our Instagram page, right? And then you pick a photo of what you think is the best toy photo on our Instagram channel and tag 2 friends, right, onto that your pick or your photo pick, and then it will go into the draw. The best comment on why it's your best photo will win that figure over there.
And there'll be a post on that Instagram page recapping that too. So,
yes, absolutely. So go to our Instagram page, select your best toy photo that's been uploaded or it's been published, and then make sure you also tag 2 friends, and we will pick the best comment in terms of why you think that is your favorite photo. So make sure. So the way to enter and win that's what you got to do. Okay. Now it's not just limited to the live feed. You can watch this back, and the entries will shut or close this time next week. So you got 1 whole week to post your favorite photo and comment.
Just go on our Instagram page, find whatever toy photo you think looks best, tag 2 friends, make a funny comment of some sort,
or why it's their favorite.
And we'll decide next Friday.
We'll decide next Friday. Yeah,
perfect.
In fact, we made this. Actually, no, we might decide next. Beg your pardon. Saturday from Nelson Bay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Say no
nice,
more.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I can't talk highly enough of Magic Square. They're just so like this guy got me into it. This was one of the first Magic Square pieces I opened. I love Bumblebees in general, just like as a Volkswagen toy. But this is a really, really good one. He's fun. Transformation's great. Looks great. Has everything you want in a Bumblebee. All it needs is just a little Autobot symbol on the front of it on his chest, and he's basically perfect. These are miniature masterpieces.
I think like a lot of us has said, I wish these guys had been around when I started collecting Masterpiece and third party.
If this came out, if this line was around, granted, if it was around when Masterpiece started, they wouldn't be nearly as good because the engineering's come so far. But if they were around, the engineering was as good as they are now, I would never own a Masterpiece. I would just own these
the
miniatures.
Space alone, you could probably fit season 1, 2, 3 on this table, couldn't you? And display it quite well without them all being piled up.
And because they're smaller, they're obviously cheaper than your average third-party product. So
what's funny is these are about the price now of what third-party costs sort of 8 or 9 years ago when it was just rolling over, you know.
So tonight's not really PG, but we can certainly make an exception for this comment over here. Trevor Hopkins goes,
"Are we working blue tonight? Or?
What if I just send you guys a naked photo of a cosplayer painted like Bumblebee? In that way, can I have the figure straight up now?
Is it just him painted yellow? Is that what he's getting at?
Was it you?
If it's just him body painted yellow, then yes, I will accept that, please.
There you go, Trevor. Yeah,
I just want that anyway. Can you just do that?
It may not win, but it will make it into Mikey's private collection.
You'll win my affection, Trevor.
Is that the drive you want me to delete in the event of your death?
There's a lots of stuff I need you to delete in the event of my death.
Quick comment. Nathan Ashby goes, only time really Army built was for the 3 War for Cybertron siege refractors for the camera mode, in the G1 cartoon. Otherwise, prefer to put my money in new figures rather than the duplicates. But I got the idea. That's what he said. I got the idea. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, that if you're buying a 3 reflector, is that really army building? Because the reflector's always 3.
Well, if you're just having it for different modes.
Technically, yes, you have to buy more than one toy, and it is the same thing. So yeah, I guess. But then again, reflector is 3 guys anyway. But I'm actually a fan of what they're doing, like releasing a 4-pack of things. I just hope the price is okay, but I'm actually a fan of releasing things.
I know we're digressing at the moment, guys. We will go back to
look, it's part and parcel of the channel.
It is part and parcel.
That's why you love us.
I know.
Sidetracking.
I know. I love it. But it's all good because we're always talking about toys, which is great.
We love
toys. So don't forget to win. I already said everyone. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you a quick primer. But before we do that, let's hear a quick message from our sponsors. Just bear with me. We'll hear a message from our sponsors and be right back.
This episode of Toy Reel is proudly brought to you by Cool Toys Club and Joy Toy World.
Okay, so let's go back to our primer. We're gonna basically talk a bit about Casey, and then we can move on. So, Casey Jones is a vigilante character in the Mirage comic book series created by Kevin Eastman again and Peter Laird. I think he's more a human ally for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and is also known for his unique and unconventional methods of crime fighting. He's sort of like a vigilante. The ubiquitous kind of hockey mask wearing vigilante who takes the law into his own hands together in tandem with the Turtles to combat, all the crime in the streets of New York City as well.
Should be more of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these days, particularly.
When I catch the guy who towed my car.
Personality. He's portrayed he's portrayed as a tough, no-nonsense individual with a strong sense of justice. He's always willing to use violence. In the Mirage world, he's definitely very violent. And he's often armed with an assortment of different sports and equipment, such as baseball bats. This is my favorite. He loves cricket bats.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. You don't see a lot of them in American properties, do you?
No, not at all. Actually, I'll be interesting to see how the whole cricket bat even came in. Like how did something
Like Baz of the Bogan Barbarian.
Yes, that's right. That's right. He had hockey sticks, which he also uses as weapons against his criminals. Now, big ally of the Turtles, obviously. His love interest is he kind of develops a love interest with April O'Neil. Now, who wouldn't have?
Didn't we all?
Who wouldn't have a love interest with April O'Neil? I mean,
well, anyone who's going to watch that rebooted property.
Yes. Can use your imagination, people. But saying that, do you know in the new
Have you seen it?
Yes.
In the new movie,
Which looks amazing.
but they did away with the April O'Neil look. I mean, we talk about
She looks different. That
looks
is-
different.
That is
I
that
know.
is definitely the case.
I feel like sometimes it's weird. It's like this cultural appropriation thing.
It's a new take on her. Whether or not it's like she could be amazing in the movie. Like it could be like wow, that's a great take. But
Yeah.
it's different. Like all
I'm
the,
going to say right here, it won't be.
well, the past April O'Neils have all just been the same thing, a white girl with red hair, and they've obviously changed it up
But
quite
don't
a bit.
forget the zipper on
Yeah.
the jumpsuit.
Yeah, but it's different. So what? Might be good, might
Yeah.
be bad, but the movie looks good, and I'm super
Because it
excited to
always
see it.
works, doesn't it? When they
Yeah.
take a property and they change it for no good reason.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna try and unbox the Shredder clones pretty soon. But in the meantime, can you guys go to the fridge over there and see if you can grab me a drink if there's one in there? Thanks, guys. Let's look at the significance of Casey Jones before we unbox the Shredder clones. Okay, so street level hero represents the ordinary citizen taking a stand against crime
Ah,
and
Yes.
plagued by corruption and danger. Is that all we got? Beer left? Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. Human perspective. As a human character without special mutant abilities, Casey provides a relatable perspective in a world populated by mutant turtles and other supernatural beings.
now that is actually refreshing. If he was supposed to be the viewer's entry point to a series, that's so much better than the usual annoying child.
Absolutely, I think so.
Yeah.
He, like I said, he has a romantic element with April O'Neil.
Oh, hoi, hoi.
Yeah, it's a personal, emotional dimension to all the storylines. We were very much. Thank you very much. And then obviously the friendship with the turtles, and more importantly, the cultural impact, because he becomes an iconic character in the lore. He appears in different adaptations, media, merchandise, beyond also the Mirage line completely. So there you go. So that's Casey Jones. Now we are going to unbox the Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird,
I mean, this
Shredder clone.
should I just like tear it open? Like,
No,
oh,
wrong one, buddy. Okay.
Ah.
We are going to open this guy up. Let's see if we can.
You got a knife there? Or,
Anyone got a knife somewhere there? No.
I could use a key. That's all.
You can use a key. Yeah. Let's open the Shredder clones. So we got here little Teenage Mutant woke franchises. What do you mean by that, Aaron? Do you think we're all getting a bit woke, are we? I think there's a problem with the wokeness in.
Well, is it, or are we just out of touch? You know,
Some maybe said that the new Transformers series might be going that way too.
Yeah,
It's just people's opinions.
Well, I know, because that's a contentious point, because we were watching Rise of the Beast, and our good friend over here behind the camera.
Point him out, hey?
there's a reference to his tribe and his people in that movie where we talk about Peruvians and stuff, and he was like, "What? Wasn't that Dave? Was that a proper sort of adaptation of what Peruvian people are like in the movie?"
oh,
Of course. There you go.
those
So-
Peruvians, all they do is wear ponchos and play pan flutes and walk around with a llama. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, rich cultural heritage.
Like Aaron goes, I'm old and everything is stupid to me.
I like this guy.
Yeah, that's it. No, keep them in the box. No, Darren, I'm keeping these in the box.
The side ones he's
The side
keeping.
one.
They'll be on a shelf for years to come.
I mean, these ones I just cannot open. And like I said, I only got these because they were the only ones available for Kevin to sign. that one just recently came in, and I also want to give a massive shout out to Sugo Toys. How good are these guys?
I love Sugo. They're great. I want to go to check out the warehouse one day.
Sugo Toys, awesome. I think they're great Australian establishment. You buy all your toys from them, and they're fantastic. So
There's some really nice statues, some high end stuff. Great stuff.
They also have a store. Actually, Nick and I did visit their store. They have a store in Hurstville now.
It's over, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get out there and check it out myself one day, but I very rarely travel to that part of Sydney.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's go back to, let's look at the
Shall I extricate him from his plastic prison?
Well,
okay. So I've just said, because I've got 10,000 tires in here, like I really need someone to cut this.
Oh, okay. Can we cut something?
I've got a little pair of scissors or even nail clippers.
There we go. Wozzie's going to come into frame. I always love people walking the frame. I love it. He's like the man. Look at him.
No, I don't want no trouble.
See, we should have a jumper with Wozzie in the back that says Toy Real Crew. How good is that? In fact, everyone should have that jumper. What happened to Nick? Where's Nick gone? Has he gone to do a number 2 in the bathroom somewhere?
Yeah.
I don't think he made that known, No. I think he wanted to do that a little bit discreetly.
Discreetly, did he?
Yeah, but yeah, thanks for ruining it for him.
Yeah, okay.
And everyone knows when he comes back, he's gone for a poo.
Have we got any comments?
About Nick's toilet habits?
Anything but that.
No, we haven't. Oh,
okay.
Quick, before we do that, we can say get your discount and shipping included at Cool Toys Club. Actually, I'm gonna mute Simon because he's getting that out. Make sure you get your discount. What was that? Oh, someone. Okay, make sure you get your discount and shipping included at cooltoysclub.com and joytoyworld.com. Use code TOYREAL and you will get a discount including shipping as well. I heard someone. I thought it was Treebeard talking over there. Did you hear Treebeard talking, or am I hearing things? Or maybe Katie was saying something. Anyway. Let's go to the Shredder clone. See if we can stand him up. Can we get him up?
Yeah, I can always get it up. There you go.
There we can get him up. Okay. All right. Let's leave the.
Hang on, this feed. He's very top heavy.
It is very top heavy. I gotta say, the unfortunate part about certain toys is that they make these toys, but sometimes they don't make them to stand properly, and I find that utterly frustrating.
I have no idea how that thing's going to stand. The little one.
There we go. I don't think.
Sorry for the noise. It's crunchy plastic.
What's that little bit there?
That's his shoulder pad.
Shoulder pad, which broke?
It's not broken. No.
It's not broken. It's just not working anymore.
Okay. We got a comment from Trevor Hopkins. He goes, I want to see Mikey dress up as 80s April O'Neil and blow kisses to the audience. If he dies, then I will distribute $2.85 to the charity of Toy Real's choice.
Mikey only does
so
that
generous.
For me.
That is a lot of money there, mate. Just
you realize
that's worth it.
You realize, Trevor, you're corrupting us all the time, aren't you? Because this is really a PG channel.
So
right?
what would I just need a yellow jumpsuit? Is that all I need? Dye my hair red?
Some sort of cleavage would help.
Oh, he will say donate. Sorry, I will instead of autocorrect. Okay, there you go. He's correct. Okay,
this guy's feet are absolutely tiny.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm just gonna sit him.
Just like rest him on his knee or something.
Is he supposed to sit on his shoulder or something?
No, just there we go. Okay, look. Before we gotta move on. Well, let's talk about Shredder, the Shredder clones. In the Mirage book series created by Kevin Eastman again, the concept of Shredder clones is introduced. And don't pick up that figure, Simon. Just leave him there for a minute.
Which one? The little guy?
No, that big guy there.
I will not touch the big guy.
Very good. Okay. Now, does anyone know or have an idea when the Shredder clones were introduced? See if there's.
I have got no clue.
92.
Okay. No.
93.
No.
94.
No. It's introduced in which particular title?
Oh, right. I thought you were asking
Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No, not quite.
Tantrum of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No.
Ninja Turtles Strike Back.
It was City at War, okay?
Oh, of course.
That one. That was my next
City
guess.
at War.
That was my next guess.
This arc span issues 50 to 62 of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the Mirage line. And the Shredder clones are essentially a result of many mystical rituals conducted by the Foot Clan, orchestrated by the character Kitsune. Now, Kitsune. He's a powerful and
enigmatic sorceress who seeks to manipulate the events surrounding the Turtles and the Foot Clan for their own ends. Now, in the City of War storyline, Aruku Saki, the original Shredder, was killed by Leonardo in a confrontation. However, Kitsune, using her magic, resurrects Shredder multiple times, hence nearly identical clones. Okay, these clones are created by the memories and the skills of the original Shredder, making them formidable adversaries. So that's how you're getting the Shredder clones. The concept of the Shredder clones, I think, adds a layer of mysticism and supernatural elements to the entire Mirage comic series, which generally has been more grounded and focused on gritty urban crime stories. So the clones serve as a reoccurring and powerful antagonist during the City at War book, or that particular episode or that comic, contributing to the complex and intense narrative of the entire storyline as well. So it's worth noting that Mirage comic series is known for its willingness to experiment with different storylines and concepts, often taking unexpected and darker turns compared to the other adaptations of TMNT. Now, in closing, the Shredder clones are a prime example of this creative approach of storytelling, I think, which is wonderful. And that is why I am a big fan of the Mirage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And there you have it.
Yeah, he looks cool.
Very cool. I'm very pleased.
Extra hands.
Some
Punchy fists and like
ooze.
chopping hands.
Ooze things that comes out of his arm or something.
Yeah, I'm just going to show that off. So I'm going to touch it. So I don't care. Don't care what anyone says. I'm touching it.
I think it's the other. Yeah, there you go.
See that? So you can do this. What I found was really cool. This is obviously, I don't know, clone juice.
Clone juice?
Yeah. So you can pop off his arm. He's got this purple wiggly stuff. And then you can have the arm itself. Oh, no, my arm's been cut off. Yes. And it's full of purple wiggly stuff.
Yeah,
clone juice.
That's so cool.
That's nice.
I love it. Rob Franklin goes, what is the articulation like on the NECA toys? I got to say, there have been QC issues in the past where people have broken some of the Predator figures for NECA. Hasn't always garnered a very good reputation as far as quality control is concerned, but they have improved it tremendously. And now it seems to be okay. I mean, Simon's fondling them, so
Simon's known for breaking everything that we put on the table.
Oh, really?
I think he might have broken that one, but the rest of the shoulder pad.
It's fine, mate.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's meant to be broken.
I like.
Is it yours? No, so don't worry.
I like how Aaron goes. You know, so here's. If anyone can relate to this comment, we made this toy top heavy, so here's a $20 stand that will fix that.
Yes. Yeah. Well.
Hey man, I love a good figure stand.
Huh?
Like most of my figures do stand around on shelves. You know, I'm not always doing scenes or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to, you know, like Cobra Troops, you want them all ranked up.
Are you blowing them up anymore? Blowing up any
No,
figures?
I do not do that anymore.
Yeah, Clinton, are you throwing any off buildings at the moment? No?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
But I enjoy a good figure stand.
Yeah.
I really do.
Darren goes, my wife's favorite wrestler played the Super Shredder. There you go.
Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Get the.
Are you serious, Dazza? Are you?
Why is Kevin Nash like your wife's favorite wrestler?
Yeah, there you go. Tell us.
Oz, Diesel, Vinny Vegas, Big Sexy.
Before we go, and we're under an hour and a half, and recently Mikey put a nice little
I'm Mikey.
what do you call it? A
questionnaire
online, a little thing, and said where should we limit ourselves to 1 hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and we are on track to have a nice little episode.
Surprisingly, I thought we might have been going over a bit, so I'm impressed.
So we don't have time for my political rants.
No,
but you can tell us about how people are going to win that little figure.
Yes.
So
this little figure here, this Magic Square Bumblebee, legend scale, fantastic articulation, everything you want from a masterpiece figure in half the size. This one,
quarter.
How are people going to win that?
They're going to go to our Instagram page. They're going to find a photo that they like best, whatever, in the entire history of Toy Reel. They'll find some incredible photos there that you yourself have taken.
Yeah.
And they're going to pick one. They're going to post it, tag 2 friends, and comment on why it's your favorite.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't have to be a comment on why it's your favorite. You could say something funny.
Correct.
It doesn't matter. Give us some entertainment. Tell us why it's your favorite, but make it entertaining, or entertain us with a funny joke or something, or a little line, whatever.
And everyone, all of us at Toy Reel will then pick collectively decide on who will be. Winners.
Am I allowed to enter?
You can if you want to.
Excellent. Well, then I choose me.
You choose you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
You're going to vote for me too, aren't you, Mike?
totally.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I just want to get started on this.
Before we go, I want to quickly talk about, or shall I say, so not actually talk about, but thank our sponsors again: Cool Toys Club, Joy Toy World.
What have you got coming in from Cool Toy Club next week?
We have.
Let me hear it, baby. Let me hear it.
Catholic Eagle sign.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah. For the uninitiated, these are the basic human guys in the Warhammer setting. These are
repaints?
No. These aren't, genetically engineered superhumans. These are people like you.
Talon just tuned
given
in
an hour's training and a gun and sent that the average Imperial Guardsman's lifespan is 37 minutes.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's when you send trillions of men over the trench. It's like World War One on such a big scale.
It's like fodder.
That's it.
Fodder. But quickly,
quantity is its own quantity.
But why are the Catholic Eagle signs so nice? They look so good.
Well, it's like we've only had one basic human figure so far, like humans, and that's the Krieg Guardsman. And so it's really nice to get another unit because the Imperial Guard, like, a million worlds, so you've got, it's not just like a one uniform. Like different worlds have different regiments, they all have different customs, different specialities, and it's so cool. We got the command squad and we've got the 5-pack of basic troops, so it's going to look so good because you got another guy with a standard, and I love those guys with the standards.
Yeah.
So,
and we will do hopefully, if they do come in, we are going to bring you a live stream all the way from Nelson Bay.
because there's quite Joy Toy, wow, the stuff they're putting out now, like the Primarchs, they're doing some bigger figures from like the prehistory of the Warhammer, the Horus Heresy stuff, which I'm really interested, because my understanding is they're going to be about the same size as the McFarlane ones.
Yes.
But I just imagine what they're going to cost, because they're going to be so much better, like detail paintwork.
Yeah. Sorry. This guy.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mikey.
This guy.
The grown-ups are talking now. Okay.
And speaking of 40K as well, please make sure you tune into it. You can actually rewatch our episode, our live roundtable on 40K. We had a very massive sprint that night.
That was huge, but we probably do a revisit on that down the line, because there's so much more coming out.
Totally.
So much.
Totally. Okay. All right, guys. And I think on that note, thank you so much.
I'm going to touch it. I don't care.
You touch it.
Look at the. I think forearm figures are always cool. Like I've only, I guess, a Goro from Mortal Kombat.
Forearms from Ben 10?
I was a bit old for Ben 10, mate. Sorry.
All right.
Excuse me. One of the greatest animes of all time.
I was too busy dating women, and drinking alcoholic beverages
and blowing up toys.
Okay. On that
blowing
note,
up something.
On that note, guys, let's all look in that camera. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure bringing you live streams. Thanks to the boys, Wazzy, Stabby,
Stanley,
Katie, and I think
Nick
just got sick of us and he left.
Nick fell in the toilet.
And as always, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and good for all you guys to join us and keep us company on this Friday night.
That's cool.
Shots fired. Well, we got a few more comments before we go. We got
get them out there. Let's see.
Yelled out what you replied. All I heard come from the lounge room was "Love you, big sexy." Shots fired. Trevor Hopkins goes, thanks for the show, guys. Always very interesting. Nathan Ashby goes, thank you so much. Good show, guys. And Aaron, thanks, guys. Good to see you in the flesh. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us, by the way, as well. So don't forget, all your discounts and shipping included in cooltoysclub.com, joytoyworld.com. Use code TOYREAL to buy anything that's there are different things on there. They got Mythic Legions, obviously it's Joy Toy,
Dread,
Magic Square,
Higher Toys,
lots of
import stuff.
So
Yep.
to get your Magic Square stuff, that's the place to go.
That's the place to go.
Get a discount. They're already like really affordable. You get a discount. They come to you quickly.
Rock solid, reliable.
Jamie goes, have a great night, guys. You too, buddy.
Have a good one, Jamie.
And Rob Franklin goes, thank you for tonight's show. As always, mate. Thank you for joining us. And again, thanks to all the guys in the studio. I love these nights. They're fantastic.
We have a good time. We talk some shit. It's great.
And can we and on that note, let's have a look. There we go. The Shredder clone.
See now
the crossover no one knew they wanted.
If this happened in the movie, like 10 out of 10, really.
If I'd seen a Shredder clone riding a dinosaur, a giant robot gorilla in that film, I probably would have liked it.
It would have. I loved it.
You know, I'm not a fan of the base stuff. I'm an old curmudgeon. Truck's not monkey, and a truck that isn't fully exposed.
And fade to black.
All right.
In my day.
All right, guys. We're gonna go. Okay. Bye.
Adios.
Yay.